My name is Makeda Valletta, also known as the Body Scientist and Queen Lioness. And in case you don't know me, I am a strength and conditioning coach with a background in exercise and sports science. I'm also a sports nutritionist and a nutritionist and a sacred sexual educator. Okay, and I teach a class called Sensual Strength Training for women that I've been teaching for the past 8 years, and I have YouTube videos about that. It's all about teaching women to strengthen our entire body, strengthen our deep core muscles that support our sexual organs, and to learn how to control them in a rhythmic way as well, and um, be more comfortable with our sexuality. I'm also a doula and a birth worker, and so that's a lot of different hats and titles, but they all connect. And lastly, I'm also a dancer, a trained dancer, in many different styles, but as an adult, I am a serious student of dances of the African diaspora, specifically Congo derived ones and dances in the Americas. Okay, and I have lots of videos on those topics, but in this video, I'm going to be speaking about mystical goddess eggs, Puanani eggs. Puanani is a sacred term, a Hawaiian term, indigenous term, meaning beautiful flower. Okay, and Puanani eggs, which some people know as yoni eggs, and I call them yoni eggs sometimes. Yoni is a Sanskrit word for vulva, um, vagina, and our cosmic womb, but that opening, that sacred opening. And I have lots of videos where I'm talking about yoni eggs, puanani eggs, okay, and I suggest that you check them out if you don't know about them. And so they come in different sizes. Um, I have a video called Yoni Egg Sizes as well, that you can check, where I get more into depth about sizes. But one thing is that a lot of people think that um, working with large eggs is only for women who have loose vaginal muscles, or women who don't have the strength, okay, or are not super tight. Some women write to me and they say, "Oh, I'm so tight, my muscles are so tight, I need a small egg." Okay. And I always ask women, have you had sex with a penis? Like, have you been penetrated by a penis before? And they will say yes. So I'm like, okay, well, penis is bigger than a large egg or a medium-sized egg. Like, you can put something larger than a small egg. Small eggs are really more advanced, and they're really about fine-tuning sensitivity. They don't do as much strengthening because they're so small that they don't really have any weight to them. The larger the egg, the more weight there's going to be to it as well. Also depends on the stone or crystal that it's made of. And so it works your muscles in a different way. I believe that extra large eggs and small eggs are advanced. Medium and large eggs are, either one of them are good to start with. It's good for a woman to work with all sizes at some point, and there's progressions to it at a point. You know, every woman's at a different place, and when she feels comfortable trying different things, but also there's a progression to knowing, like, when should I move on to a small egg. And I have a video about working with small yoni eggs and the progression that I believe and why I believe it's advanced. But this video I'm going to focus on large eggs, okay? So larger than large, like extra large. Right now I have an extra large clear quartz egg. And so I define large as about 2 inches in length. It can differ in diameter, but about 2 inches in length. When it gets to be about 2.5 inches in length, which is with this egg, this beautiful clear quartz egg is, and larger, it becomes what I consider to be an extra large egg. And this egg, first of all, is heavier, okay? So there's a lot more weight to this. So our muscles have to work harder, recruits more muscle fibers. In my sensual strength training class, I talk about, what is strength training? And we want to strengthen all the muscles in our body, outside and inside. But what is strength training? And how do we recruit more muscle fibers? And we recruit more muscle fibers by putting a load on the muscles, and we recruit more muscle fibers by mentally thinking about the muscle contraction as as our muscles contract. Okay, so those are the two ways that we recruit more muscle fibers. The more muscle fibers we recruit, the stronger those muscles become, the more powerful the contraction is. The more powerful the contraction is, the more strength that is exerted, and the more strength that is gained. Okay, so it's important to recruit more muscle fibers. Also, our vaginal muscles have a great capacity for stretching, and they're elastic. So even if our vaginal muscles are this tight, they have the capacity to stretch out to here, so a baby can come out, and then they should go back to here again. That's elasticity. If it doesn't go back to here, if it just goes back to here, then your vaginal muscles aren't elastic. And our vaginal muscles should be elastic. If everything is equal, our vaginal muscles and our skin are elastic. And as we age, our skin and our skin loses elasticity. How quickly your skin loses elasticity depends on what you're doing to your skin. It depends on what you're putting on your skin, what you're eating. Those things affect how quickly that will happen. But as we age, you lose elasticity. Okay, so if you have to put in the work to do things to decrease that loss. And the same thing is true with your muscles and our vaginal muscles. Okay, and so working with a large egg is not going to stretch you out. Your vaginal muscles should have strength at different places, different grips. So your vaginal muscles might be really strong right here, but what if your vaginal muscles are stretched to this? What if there's a penis inside of you and your vaginal muscles are stretched to here? Do you still have grip? Do you still have strength at this position? And what about at this position? Do you still have strength? You want to have strength at different positions, and you want to be able to connect at different positions. This helps with during sex and raising that kundalini energy, but it also is important during childbirth. At a time where, as women, we have to learn to surrender and relax into it and open up, and there's a combination of waves of contracting and relaxing that goes the opposite direction than when you're sucking it up sexually. Okay, it's the opposite direction. And working with eggs and learning how to manipulate eggs and connect to different parts of your vaginal walls and gaining that control, understanding and really being able to connect to the contracting and relaxing really helps with that. Okay, so working with an extra large egg, this is not an everyday egg. This is not, with a medium or large egg, you can walk around with it, for days. This extra large egg is really good for women who need to open up, okay? Because some women are too tense, okay, too tense. And if you have that problem, like I've known some women who've told me like they have problems having sex with their husband because they're just too tense. Working with a larger egg is good because putting it in, and you have a larger egg, first of all, it's good to put it in, and you should put it in when you're aroused, so you're warm. You want to warm the body up. The egg also is a generator of heat, and we want warmth in our womb, okay? We don't want cold wombs or cold yonis. So we want to generate that fire, okay? And so warming your body up first, and at a time when you're feeling aroused and you're feeling lubricated, inserting an extra large egg with the larger part facing up. You have to relax in order for that to come in, and you'll feel your vaginal muscles grab it, and then contracting your vaginal muscles around an extra large egg is very stimulating because we do have sexual reflexology points in our vaginal canal. So it stimulates many points at once, and it can start to stimulate, and then you have the weight of it, so you feel the weight of it. Feeling the weight of it increases your mind-vagina connection, your mind-Puanani connection of, mentally being aware and conscious because you feel that weight too. And when you feel that weight, it's going to require more of your muscle fibers to recruit, and it's going to increase the blood flow, and your mental thought is going to increase the blood flow, which increases the energy and the fire in your yoni. Okay, and so and you'll feel the weight. The stronger you get, the less you'll feel the weight. Okay, because as muscles get stronger, that weight is no longer as heavy. And this is why there's always a progression, even working out in the gym, of strengthening in progressions, because as you get stronger, you must up the ante or else you will plateau. But if you try to do too much too soon, you do it incorrectly, that's how you can get hurt. Okay, so we don't want that either. So this right here is a clear quartz. Now, I am at the moment in Arizona, in Scottsdale, Arizona. I came out here with the beautiful Grace of Graceful Empowerment. We came out here to attend the International Society for the Study of Women's Sexual Health conference here in Scottsdale. And she and I both teach women about yoni eggs. And we have come here to talk to some of the doctors and do a workshop in Sedona, and really just bringing the scientific part of this to the scientific community and the medical community. And so talking about that, let's say that crystals and stones come from the earth. And our vaginal muscles are very absorbent, okay? They just absorb. Our skin is absorbent to begin with, but the vaginal muscles just want to suck things up, suck them up. They're really like muscles that just want to absorb. And so administering medicine vaginally actually is known through ancient times and scientifically now in the laboratory to be one of the best ways to administer medicine to the woman is vaginally because of that. And then it doesn't have to deal with all of the digestive acids and stuff like that, and can get into our bloodstream very efficiently. So if you are thinking about the fact that stones and crystals come from the earth, they're some of the most ancient things and trees on the planet, so they hold so much information. So as women, if we're able to take a crystal or a stone, egg, and put that inside of us, imagine all the things, the medicine, information that we can absorb and pull it right up into our brain. And that is something that I get into in my book with the bird and snake goddesses. But clear quartz is a very sacred stone for Native Americans because clear quartz is what a lot of Native American shamans use to extract parasitic entities in healing ceremonies. And if you think about it, and out of the aura, because sometimes people can have parasitic entities in the aura, and you can do other things to try to cleanse that energy, but until that parasitic energy is removed, you will keep having issues. And our aura is like an egg shape, okay?